It's your favorite Empress. Welcome in if you're new. I'm LaDanya, but over here they call me Empress Moxie. And welcome back if you're an OG of the Empressive family. Today's video, I'm going to be giving a quick rundown of 5 things that have made my life easier. Busy girl edition. And these are things that I'm actually obsessed with because they are lifestyle choices, practices, products, so on and so forth that I've actually added to my mental and physical well-being so that I am not overwhelmed, feeling drained, or having burnout often in my busy schedule. Just for a little preface, I am a full-time project engineer, I'm a startup founder, and I produce content mainly here on YouTube for women in the area of self-care and elevation. I really thrive when I am disciplined and able to be consistent in my routines so that I can get the results that I desire. My main goal is to be successful in life so that I can have the soft life I desire, as well as retire my immigrant parents. I am Jamaican, born and raised. When I came to the US, I had the understanding that my parents made a lot of sacrifices and pulled a lot of strings so that we could come to this country and gain opportunities like education, as well as a better job market. So I'm taking full advantage of all of this and really building myself so I can actually benefit from this journey in this new country and actually give back to my parents and thank them for all they've done before their end of time in this life with me, right? I don't want to get too grim. This is really just my story and what motivates me. But enough of that. Let's get into these 5 things that I'm obsessed with. Okay, so starting off strong. This may not be everybody's favorite, but as a project engineer and somewhat of a perfectionist, I love a good planner and reminder app combination. These are my to-go on the daily tools to actually stay on track and be cohesive in anything I'm doing during that day or week. Y'all must be tired of me talking about the passion planner. I'm not just sharing this planner with y'all because they're paying me now, because I do get paid a commission on each planner that I sell using my code below in the description, but I actually use my planner. I do. I map out, I have my little papers that I scribble on, my little sticky notes. I use this planner every day, every week, okay? And because I am a businesswoman and a full-time employee in corporate America, I have to work on my discipline and ability to stay on track with all of my priorities. So I have my 9 to 5, then my 5:30 to 10. Because when I'm done from work, I try to breeze off just a tad bit as much as I can and then hop into what I have to do for my startup. It's really important that I use a combination of my physical planner so I can write my ideas down. I love to feel my ideas and write them down. And then I have my reminder app on my iPhone, which helps me to remember exactly what is now a to-do on a daily basis, as well as tasks that I need to complete to get closer to my goals. It's very goal-oriented, but also it gives you time to let your thoughts out because it has a section in it where you can also journal. At the end of each month, you have a monthly reflection section, and you also have some blank pages in the back of the planner where you can doodle, write down your ideas, or whatever it may be. Having tools like the planner and reminder app is not about perfection. It's really about holding yourself accountable. But when it comes to holding yourself accountable, there has to be a lot of self-compassion because there will be times that we slack. There will be times that we're just not able to make that goal or meet that task because of whatever life throws at us, or maybe we just don't feel like it that day. So that is really important to have in mind. Always bring self-compassion regardless of any of the tools I'm mentioning here, because this is about making your life easier as a busy woman, not being a robot or being perfect. I'm gonna go on to the next, which is number 2. It's all about outsourcing. I am the outsourcing queen. I would rather pay or ask somebody to do something that I know I don't have time for, the energy for, before I get up and do it myself. I am not in any way a strong Black woman. I am not in any way an independent Black woman in certain areas. I'm not saying I can't do for myself. I'm saying I will not do for myself all the time to the point where I use my maximum strength. Do you understand? I don't want to use up too much of myself to the point where I have nothing left. I want to be able to ask others and receive assistance. I want to be able to do that. So that is what outsourcing is all about. It frees up my time and it reduces stress. Examples of outsourcing services that we use commonly in the United States are going to be like Uber, or Uber Eats, Amazon Fresh. That's a grocery delivery service. Things like that. A lot of us may use it because we don't have the time to drive ourselves. We don't have the time to go pick up the food at the restaurant. We don't have the time to go to the grocery store. Or maybe we're just lazy and we don't feel like doing it that day. Whatever the reason is, we have an application to do it for us. Services like these will help us to keep a balanced lifestyle while focusing on our goals or whatever it is that is important to us. Me, for starters, I work full-time, I have a startup, and I also do content for fun. So, with all these things that I do alongside my hobbies and other interests, where do I find time? I outsource. I pay others to do it for me. A goal that I have for when I get wealthy, right, is gonna be hiring a chauffeur. Driving takes up so much of my time. The minute I start getting bigger checks, the first thing I'm going to outsource is a chauffeur and a personal nutritionist. You understand, those are things that take up my time and I need them outsourced for sure. Another thing that I'm obsessed with that makes my life easy is gonna be intentional friendships, networking, and mentorship. That's a 3-in-1, but obviously all 3 of these things have their own category. So intentional friendships, we're grown. We could place people in categories. Now we could say, that's a colleague, that's an acquaintance, right? You don't have to call everybody your friend. So on one hand, I could count how many actual friends I have. Everybody else may just be an acquaintance. And it is what it is. The further I get into my 20s, I'm more intentional about who I have around me because I am somebody who has a lot to offer. I have a lot to give. I am a giver. So I don't want anyone around me who will be leeching. I don't want anyone around me who will be envious of me to the point where they try to sabotage me. There are truly people that come around you and see how well you're doing for yourself due to your hard work. They're seeing the result of your hard work, but they're not understanding the work is still hard. I can show you how to do the work, but why are you mad at me for reaping my rewards? I don't want people around me like that, so I try my best to be observant of the individuals I allow around me. And that's what I mean by intentional friendships. The people around me have to actually support me for real, because I support anybody that's around me for real, 100%. There will be no doubt that I support you if you are my friend. If you're my friend, I love you. I care about your well-being. I care about your journey in this life. You can call me, you could text me, you can reach out to me, and I'm here when you need me. Okay, so I want the same from my friends. You cannot call yourself my friend unless you reciprocate. So my support system, in a sense, my friends and my family enmesh together. So now on to networking is going to be all about new people that we're adding in. It's going to make your life easier, whether it's at the supermarket, your local car dealership, your local gas station. Talking to the people that work at these places can make the world of a difference. Let me tell you something. Me being in Pilates right now has gotten me information on donors and investors for my startup before my startup has even launched. My startup is in a revamp phase right now for the MVP. And I know exactly who I'm going to be emailing on the email list for investors the end of this year. Because I'm in Pilates and talking to the ladies, I'm talking to the instructors. At my gas station, I talk to the attendant. They make sure they scan the little, 20-cent discount thingy that allows me to get more gallons per dollar without me even asking. The gas station attendant by my house, they know me for real. They know the true me and my struggles in life, and they don't judge me, and I love that for us. Your network is your net worth, and that applies to me. but something I value is my network and the people that I am allowing into my space, around me in my community. It's super important to have community, and I am introverted, but I take my time to make sure that I'm at least respectful. If somebody greets me in the morning, good morning, how are you? Good morning, I'm great. And we could continue the conversation or we could leave it at small talk, whichever, but I try to be respectful because you never know. Also, in finding value in others, you should also be valuable to others. I'm not saying being an opportunist when I say this. I want to also be valuable to other people. I have networks too. I have resources too. I have contacts too, and I want to share it with you. So this is all about reciprocation. Again, all of these types of relationships are all about reciprocation. Mentorship, I feel like that's going to string along with networking because, well, it also strings along in your relationships as well. So relationships in general with mentorship, people listening to you objectively, right? Without biases, and being able to give you an opinion that is actually going to be useful for you to propel. Whether that opinion be for you to plan better, whether that opinion be for you to look around before making a decision, right? It's gonna be useful to have mentors that you can look up to, people that you can ask questions because they've been where you're at. They've been where you wanna go. And they're able to give you this information freely because they actually wanna see you win. Okay? And y'all should know I couldn't leave this one out. It's gonna be self-care and wellness. Duh. As a newly recorded Pilates advocate girly, that's my jam. I know a Pilates studio hate to see me coming after work. I know for a fact. Why is the neighbor's dog doing the most right now? Okay, my daily exercise can be Pilates or a walk, but it's crucial to my wellness and my self-care routines. Alongside this, I also have my day and night routine as it pertains to my physical body. I have my vitamins, my probiotics, my teas, my fruits, my vegetables. So I have a regular dose of self-care in my routine because that is what's gonna keep me afloat, keep me grounded. There are moments in my day, in my week where I feel like, you know what? Forget all of this. Why can't I just not care? Why can't I just not care about succeeding? But then I'm like, I care because this is something in my value system. I'm making sure that these routines are solid, but I also want to make sure that I take care of me, that I'm taking care of my mind, my body, my feelings, everything alongside that because it's just as important. Some of my self-care and wellness products just add a touch of luxury to my routine without taking up extra time or effort because me c'est soft life, you know. Anytime I go do my lashes, I do the most regular set. It's gonna look extravagant, but I do the most regular set because I will not be sitting in a lash tech chair more than 50 minutes. I'm sorry, honey, who? You're in a lash tech chair for 3 hours? No. I get my lashes and brows done the same time every 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I get my laser treatment every 5 to 6 weeks. I try my best to stay hydrated, on track with my vitamins and my diet. And that's that. It just takes one little step each day, adding into your self-care. It doesn't have to be something major or big. The big things can come when we have the time. Like I said, a lot of what I'm doing is about accumulating wealth, paying away debt, ensuring the wellness of my parents and my overall family and loved ones, right? This is all about the elevation of me and everybody I care about. So it's gonna depend on me having structure. That is why my final thing that I'm obsessed with that makes my life easy is going to be my financial management tools, like Credit Karma, maybe TransUnion. I also have high interest savings accounts and CDs, but I use these tools to leverage my money and allow it to sit and grow. Another thing regarding money, budgeting is not really my thing. I just believe in making more money. You know what I'm saying? I try to budget. I know what bills I have to pay every month, and they're paid, trust me. I just know that If my bank account says I have $500 after paying all my bills and staying on track with my debt repayment, that $500 is mine, and I'm gonna do what I want with that $500. Sorry. The next paycheck may not add to 500, it may add to 2, because I'm using some of that. I don't really believe in budgets. I believe in making more money, and that's why I'm doing the work. So I save, I track my expenses, and make sure that I'm spending it on the right things across the month, because I have my bills and everything. But once those things are done, I also allocate some of my funds to my startup. Don't get me wrong, we are a bootstrap startup, so a lot of the things we do is out of our own pockets. I keep saying our because I have a technical co-founder. Any expense, anything, legal fees, whatever it may be, it comes out of my pockets as well as my technical co-founder. And we sort that whenever it comes up. I always have money on the side at any minute. I really hope that you found at least one of these tips useful and applicable to your own life as a busy woman, because these are the things that have been keeping me afloat and allowing me to actually glow and actually not look like what I'm going through, not look like what I'm working on, because these things that I'm doing, stress is their middle name. Trust me, it's not easy working full-time and being a startup founder, but I'm doing it because I want to reap the rewards, because I have a value system. I want the results, really. That's all it comes down to. And of course, give this video a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, what are you waiting on? You're this far into the video. Hello, don't play with me. I just gave you a bunch of goodies. The least you could do is subscribe and give this video a thumbs up and share it to someone you know it would benefit. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in another video next week Sunday. Bye.